Hi, my name is Kyle Wheeler, and today I'll be giving a presentation on the role of emergency management in planning and mitigating climate change and sea level rise. So first of all, what is climate change? Well, Earth's climate has naturally warmed and cooled over time, but in recent history, Earth's climate has warmed significantly faster than ever before, and this is probably due to human action, which causes increase in CO2 levels in the atmosphere. Because of this, we're expecting to see major changes in weather patterns over the next century, and changes in precipitation patterns and sea level rise are what we're going to be looking at probably. So, potential hazards from this, we could be looking at air quality issues from increased CO2 levels, among other things, creating smog, leading to respiratory issues. And additionally, uh, changes in climate are going to allow for pathogens and viruses to invade new areas. That's going to be an issue. And we're going to be seeing shifting weather patterns affecting agriculture. Certain crops need certain conditions, so there could be a shortage of crops or certain types of crops, that is. And irrigation is going to be necessary in some areas. Uh, Sea level rise is another thing we're going to be looking at. Erosion of beaches and flooding of coastal land and cities. We're going to be looking at loss of certain species, and other species that we don't lose are going to have to migrate to new areas to because of climate change, and those are going to be invasive species that could potentially affect other species. And we're also going to be looking at stronger hurricanes and storms as a result of climate change. So, what do we need to do to mitigate these hazards? We need to be reducing greenhouse gas emissions, finding clean alternative energy sources. We need to be doing some urban planning. We need to have more green areas and bike paths to reduce the effects of global warming. And we need stronger building codes, especially along the coastlines. We need stronger building codes for coastal flooding as well as hurricanes, and we need to reduce construction at sea level and in floodplains especially. We need to be constructing levees along the coast and stockpiling medical supplies in case of pathogens and virus outbreaks due to climate change. So what do we need to do to be preparing our communities? We need to increase general awareness of climate change. We need to be talking to them about what it is, first of all, and ways we individually can reduce our carbon footprint. We need to be planning for coastal evacuations in case of flooding. We need to be educating farmers on new agricultural techniques, and we need to be training our first responders to respond to heat stress, illnesses, and flooding. Like, we need to be planning for search and rescue missions. Some just some food for thoughts, just some thought-provoking questions I thought of. How will climate change affect Tallahassee in the future? What are some ways we can mitigate impacts and prepare for effects of climate change in Tallahassee? And how could the extinction of certain species due to climate change affect humans? And here are my references. And that's about it.